Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the round two of HSM TOUGE Series 2.0, where we're going with the second bracket. Another 8 drivers will be racing for their placement for the quarterfinals and finals soon as well. And today, I forgot to introduce myself again. My name is Primarize T. I am your caster tonight, and also right beside me we have a special guest. Omet, please do introduce yourself.
Good evening. My name is Omet. I'm one of the drivers, but I'll be casting with Primer today.
Yes, and Omet here yesterday. What Omet did, definitely, Omet was one of the fastest drivers that we have in our lineup with a time of 4:43, definitely the fastest among all the drivers that we had. And Omet as well was driving for Omet's bracket yesterday as well. Omet, how was your drive yesterday?
It was a little shaky. I don't really practice much, but I think my goal was to keep it super clean until the finish.
Well, you did it very well though.
Oh, thank you. On chasing though, I just wanted to enjoy the battle.
I see. Well, today we are going to have we're going to have another 8 drivers today. We have Kachi with his Honda we have Kachi and Lewis. Both will be driving their CRX. And then on the second bracket, we have Nash with his Fairlady 380 RS versus Exodus Honda EF9. And on the third bracket, we have Lone Ginger with the Honda Civic EG6 versus Roy Tattoo in the MRS. And lastly, we have Kenny with the Honda CRX versus Izat's King S15. Definitely a very interesting lineup. We have, as I can see here, we have a FF versus FF, FR versus FF again, and then a lot of we have definitely a few interesting lineups. As we can see here, we have an MR layout car here. We have an FR. We have FF. Everyone has their own pros and cons as well. Well, Omet, what do you think? Who do you think will be the winners for tonight, or what do you think?
I think Lewis is very scary in the CRX. Scary
Really?
car, scary driver.
Really?
Yeah, he's putting some good times in practice.
Yeah,
I think Nash will also do pretty decent, maybe. But
Yeah.
I don't think this is one of his stronger tracks.
I see. Yeah, interesting point there. Because if you guys were watching yesterday's race, we had definitely one of the craziest races today, where Cameron was racing against was it Brand Nicholas? Yes, he was racing against Nicholas yesterday, where we had a great battle. A high-powered FR versus a light and nimble FF as well. It was definitely a great battle. Will we be having another great battle today? Will we have one? Will we have two? Definitely, I would be expecting from Kachi and Lewis, since they are quite a fast pair as well. But judging from your experience, I mean, you have battled Lewis before in our first TOUGE series in 86s, so you can definitely vouch for Lewis's speed and his skill as well for this second round.
Yeah, he's a pretty fast. I think he's much faster here than in the other Toge. So he either like really improved, or maybe it's just like him picking a car that suits him more. Like I'm not very good in certain cars, right? I think maybe Lewis kind of found his calling with the CRX as well.
See, well, for the audiences, okay, let me check if there are any audiences on our YouTube channel. Okay, so far we have 2. So whoever's watching the stream, please do share it with your friends. Let's help make Malaysian sim racing great again. That sounds, why am I speaking like Donald Trump? Let's make Malaysian sim racing great again, people. Just for information, people, the TOUGE series today, we are doing a 1v1. It is a TOUGE battle. It is a 1v1, where it is different from our Monday and Tuesday session, where the drivers are just making their best time for our race, but today they will be doing it one-on-one, 1v1 style, where there will be 2 runs. Each car will be given a chance to lead and chase as well. And we are doing this initial D style. So if I am allowed to elaborate while we have 2 more minutes before the race starts, basically as long the distance is close between each other, something will. I don't know. How can you? Okay, oh man, can you help me out on here? How would you summarize the winning part? How would you summarize the winning part?
What do you mean by the winning part?
Like, how would you summarize the initial D toge style?
Oh, so it's cat and mouse, and
Oh, yeah.
if you go down the mountain, if you're still close to each other, like within like car length maybe or a car length and a half, then it's a tie. If the lead car pulls a big gap, then they win. If the chase car passes the lead car, they win, right? And usually it's like a minimum of 2 battles, and if it's still a draw, it's like then there's a tiebreaker of sorts, and you just kind of keep going until someone wins. And I remember like 7 years ago when I used to do like battle stage in the Toga Union community. If there are any OGs, they would know about it. some of the pro drivers, we would have like pretty long battles. I remember like there was one time where we had like a 40-minute long battle between 2 drivers sometimes.
Okay. Well, was it a crazy one? Was it a crazy one with the 14 minutes?
No, 40.
40. Oh my gosh. That's a long
big endurance.
time. Oh my god.
Yes.
Do you think that we'll have a lot more? Do you think we will have a lot more one more times today? I mean, we already had one yesterday, so will we have a lot of one more times, judging by the lineups that we have today?
I don't think so. I think that it's pretty polarizing. I think Lewis is gonna get like a very clean win here.
Wow. I can see.
It's just about because in this pack the physics are kind of iffy, and it's kind of more about maximizing using the quirks of the car, if you will. In the CRX, I've watched Lewis drive a little bit as a spectator, and he uses the car pretty well because it's a little broken, but if you turn the wheel and get it on the throttle like a tiny bit, the car turns in like a lot more, right?
Oh, okay.
And I saw him do that a lot, and also in a lot of the corners, you don't have the gutters, right? But there's like a little cambered bit on the road.
I see.
If you get on the grass, you'll be slower. But if you hook the tire into the cambered bit, it can like hook your tire in a little bit, and it's insane.
I see. All right, I'm really sorry to disturb you on that one, but we are starting with the first round, where Kachi will be versus Lewis. Kachi will be leading, where Lewis in the yellow CRX will be chasing. We are starting. They are moving towards turn 1. Lewis is sticking to Kachi very, very close as going to turn 1. How is everyone doing? Very, very nice, very, very clean. No one is making any mistakes as they're approaching turn 2, where after that turn 2 they will be facing their first hairpin. Will any of them make any mistakes? Lewis is still sticking. Kachi pulling the handbrake there, understeered but still understeered, and hits the wall. And Lewis saw the advantage, immediately took it, and now is trying his best to run away. But Kachi still has a chance. Oh no, Kachi! Oh, I spoke too soon, ladies and gentlemen. Kachi has spun out.
You can really see the difference in philosophy. That Lewis really using the car strength, but I guess he's kind of doing the FF a beginner move, pull the handbrake.
But yeah, I can definitely see there is not a single tire smoke coming up from Lewis. He is really, really utilizing the CRX's handling, lightness, and even the power, probably from a B16A, most probably from a B16A. He's doing it really well. He's going through all the hairpins. Yeah, what's up?
A lot of the FF drivers also seem to, because from what I've been seeing, a lot of people seem to be abusing the handbrake a lot, and I'm glad Lewis has discovered that this is not the way to go in this car. It's good.
I see. So definitely, for pulling the handbrake is definitely not the way to go for Mount Akina in terms of getting into tight hairpins, is it, Omet, in your opinion?
I mean, it depends. Like in a lot of cars, so this car it's not that great, right? Um, yeah, but like there are a lot of cars in this pack, especially the rear-wheel drive ones. Like coincidentally, they don't rotate. They're super understeery, and in some hairpins, you just want to rotate the car really hard to get on the gas early, to exit. This is where it's kind of viable, but in this car, it's gonna slow you down a lot in most corners. I think there are only like one or two corners where it's kind of worth it, right? But
Mhm.
most of the time it's not. So you really have to weigh your options. It really depends on the car and its characteristics.
Yeah, and we can see here, Lewis is really utilizing the CRX. He is building not a really wide distance. It is pretty much Kachi is unable to see Lewis with his eyes anymore, and Lewis is pretty much just running away. He's already approaching the first consecutive 5 consecutive happens for Mount Akina, and Lewis be there adding a bit of the gutter run there. Will it help him out? We are unsure, but Lewis is still running. He's on the second one, and Kachi seems to be stopping at that part of the track. It seems that it seems that Kachi is missing, guys. It seems that Kachi is missing from the map. He is gone.
Taking the Trackmania shortcut down
The
the mountain.
Trackmania shortcut. But Lewis is comfortably cruising on the track. I can confidently say the first run is definitely belongs to Lewis, and Lewis seems to be using the CRX really well, because I have driven the car as well, and I do notice that if you pushed it a bit too much while cornering, understeer is definitely an issue, especially with FF cars. I mean, they're great for they're sharper than FR cars. The cars are being pulled instead of being pushed, and definitely the CRX is good at that. But one of the main issues being an FF with that understeer, and it seems that Lewis is handling that car with super nice precision. He's not showing any signs of understeer. He's already approaching the second last corner of the track. Will he be? He is very comfortable. He's taking a very nice clean line going on the track, and now he's approaching the last corner. And Omet, I think both of us can agree here. We can totally agree that Lewis is the first
No,
winner.
I think it's up for debate. I don't see enough evidence.
Oh,
Joking.
no. Please do share your opinion. What made you say so?
No, I'm joking. It's a pretty clear.
Oh my gosh.
He's a winner here. It's kind of
I mean, Omet,
pulling your bone.
I take your advice very seriously, because I have driven with you, I have raced with you. You have the experience. Of course, I will take all of your
The
advice.
Civic, I actually had to make them nerf it with the restrictor, because it's the CRX. It had to be nerfed because it's pretty quick in a straight line and corners.
Understandable.
And but he's even then he's really pushing it.
Yeah. Oh, we are. Sorry,
the thing
Ahmed.
with the
Sorry. Because now we're already on the second run. Now, where Lewis will be the person that leads, and Kachi will be the person that will be chasing Lewis. Can he do so? If we want to make it into the third round, Kachi definitely has to stick to Lewis as close as he can. But will he
has
be able
to pass.
He has to. Oh yeah, he has to pass as well. That one will. The question is, will Kachi be able to do so? That is the first question. Kachi is a bit oversteering here, I would say, looking by the camera. But Lewis is still comfortably running, creating at least 2 to 3 car gaps already between him and Kachi. Going to the second hairpin. Kachi using the gutter. not so effective as he almost kissed the guardrail just now. Lewis is still comfortably running away from Kachi as if he was not there. Lewis being very comfortable here. Kachi is definitely, I think Kachi is trying his best. He is really pushing the CRX to the limit here. Maybe that's why.
Whoever does it, it's not gonna be pretty good as they go down to the
Yeah.
hairpin right before the straight, because it just struggles to turn that FF car. And yeah, this is kind of where they it's just a driver skill battle, to be honest. But we can tell from
Yeah.
how both drive, the fact that Keswick is just pushing it way too hard on the
Yeah.
gas.
Will he make this? Will he make a mistake at this corner? Because everybody is doing a lot of mistake at this corner. He is. He's taking it a bit too wide. Understeer. Yes, that for me.
The entry was fine, but then he just kind of like, he just turned the wheel like really hard and just went on the gas too hard. I think he could have pulled the car to the corner, but
Yeah. See, he's almost kissing the guardrail again. He is really pushing it. He is trying his best. I think he's really pushing the limit. He's trying his best to keep up to Lewis as much as he can, because I think in his mind it's like, you know what, I'm gonna go all out, but definitely going all out is not a direct.
big difference between reaching the limit and over the limit. You know?
Yeah.
I think the latter is worse. It's kind of like a psychological thing too. When you're behind a much quicker driver, you tend to push yourself too hard, and you end up being even worse than you probably should be. So you should really tone it down, because Lewis is not even going to be driving that fast, right?
Yeah.
If you can just kind of keep it low, keep it steady.
Yeah,
That's
Lewis.
also trivia. It's four hairpins,
It's what
right?
happens.
The five is an anime thing.
Oh, okay. Thank you for correcting me on that one, man.
You're fine.
1, 2.
I also I remember like playing it 7, 8 years ago, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's
What is
like
4? Wait, do they want to cut? Do they want to cut? Oh wait, technically it's not consecutive then, because there's like a bit of a streak there. Then it doesn't. Then
and
it's a
also
hairpin.
like even if you count that hairpin, there's also a hairpin right. It's a 6 hairpin now. It's either 4 or 6. Like, pick your pick.
Man, I did not notice there was 4 all these time when I was driving an Akina. I never knew there was 4. I always thought, oh, you know, the anime told me 5. I've been watching the anime since I was 4. I have been live for the past 26 years. Wait, hold on, I'm 30. I've been live for the past 26 years. There's only 4. Shuichi Shigeno, you disappoint me. But no. Shuichi Shigeno, you're still. I'm still a big fan of yours. Please don't disappoint me. But okay,
They are going to the near the final straight. I think it's kind of decided right now, unless Lewis makes a big mistake, because there's not really much to gain right now.
yeah. It seems that the distance is slightly closer, but not close enough.
It
for
is
Kachi.
pretty huge.
Oh my. And he. Okay, I
Oh,
can.
he's really turning that wheel. You saw that
Yeah.
angle, right? Like,
I saw
my God,
that.
no. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
he's pushing
That's
it.
abuse.
See, he's doing it again. He's pushing it. He is. I think he is using the understeer. I'm not sure if he's trying to induce understeer or he just
Whatever he's, you know, the last thing you want to do as a driver isn't use understeer. I'll tell you that much, right? Like, I mean, I think I'm pretty blunt, but
It's okay.
yeah, I don't know. I think he's kind of like frustrated.
Yeah,
And,
and we're already finished the race, and it's a very clear cut here.
GG.
Lewis, GG. Lewis is the first winner for the first bracket against Kachi. So Lewis is in, Kachi is out, and now we are going to the second bracket. Oh man, this is, I would say, an interesting one as well, because we have an FF versus an FR. And looking at the stats here, basically what we're having now is that Nash will be driving the Nissan Fairlady 380 RS versus Exodus in the Honda EF9, not the CRX. I think he is the first person here to use the EF. I'm not so sure why he would not go with the CRX.
Ooh.
Maybe he loves it. Maybe he prefers the look of an EF. We're not sure about that. But one thing I can tell you, that fair lady is going to pack a lot of punch in terms in the power department, probably twice as much from
Yeah.
the Honda.
The
But
the EF9 I have not tested, but I have tried the Nissan is a rocket. But also like the thing in this pack, right? A lot of the fast cars are also pretty good at cornering.
okay,
There were some insane ones that we have to like either ban or nerf.
yeah. Oh, and oh, sorry,
This was like
you know, man, the race is starting. The race is starting. Nash is running away. Definitely using the pop. He turned on his wiper. Why is Nash turning on his wiper? We're not sure.
active arrow.
Active arrow, but definitely Nash is using the power of the fair lady with that V6 running away as far as he can from Exodus. I think Nash is trying. I think Nash knew that he has the power. Where the first sector, oh, and Exodus almost kissed the wall there with the EF9. But I think I can see where Nash is going. He is trying his best to use the first sector of Akina. He turned on his blinkers. Did he turn on his hazards? I'm not sure why, but Exodus
Trying
is
to
going.
confuse his opponent, I think.
Yeah, is this Le Mans or something like that? I'm not sure. But Exodus, I can see here, Exodus is not pushing the EF as it is because the EF definitely has the lightness from its light body. Nash is trying his best to run away from Exodus, and he's using the gutter, I would say, a bit too excessively there, but maybe he believes that it will work. We will not judge that, but a bit of a jump there from Exodus. Now going to the long straight here, the fair lady will run away using his V6 to the max, but
Unfortunately, Akina is not a track for light cars. Even if you have like a lighter car, it's not gonna, gain you as much time as a slightly heavier but like much more powerful car. Especially because you have a lot of like high-speed corners and stuff, and a good driver can like keep the car balanced and point in the right direction. It's kind of why like SFA sometimes inducing a lot of oversteer, even maybe yanking the handbrake in the very slow corners can really help, because then you can exit a lot like earlier and then use that power to your advantage, right? But in the lighter cars, you gain in the corners, but in these corners doesn't really matter too much. Like it's a track that's like that. And the EF9 doesn't look like it has that much power. At least the CRX, the reason why it's really really quick is it has enough power too, right? This doesn't though, and a good driver will really just pull a gap like that.
yeah, and I can see definitely the EF9 is probably not so aerodynamically better than the CRX.
Aero does not matter in either of these cars. They're both a break. One of them just looks like
one is
like
a smoother brick. It's a clay. It's a one is like a chicken in a clay. You know those people cooking chicken in.
Most economy cars actually produce lift.
They do.
Yeah, like it's a negligible amount, but it's because of the roof.
Yeah. Oh, we are already approaching the first hairpin. Consecutive 4 hairpins. As thank you, Obed, for correcting. But the EF.
All the locals will thank you now. You're welcome.
Oh my gosh, the locals will be like, who is this Malaysian? Not saying 5, it's 4. But I'm glad for now there are no Japanese watching. But if there are, I would like to apologize from all Malaysians. I have never visited Japan yet, but I will do.
I don't think even they care, to be honest with you. I think it's the anime has spread that myth.
Yeah. But in my opinion, I thought that that is a big jump.
The rallycross route.
Yeah. But I thought, judging from Cameron and Nicholas's race yesterday, that the CRX is definitely, being a bit lighter, shorter wheelbase as well, it should be able to take over, chase the high-powered car in terms of the corners. But it seems that Exodus is not using it to his advantage, and still hasn't been able to keep up with Nash. He is using the gutter, a bit of a slidey there. Exodus is definitely trying his best to close his gap to Nash, But so far, no results yet. Approaching to the second last hairpin. Will Nash be able to take this victories? It seems likely so. Or will Exodus be doing a last minute victory here? So far, it seems that that is unlikely to happen, as Nash is going through cross the finish line first with a considerable gap within himself and Exodus, and it's a clear cut here. Nash is the winner of the first run. We are going to the second run soon.
Well done, well done.
Well done, well done.
Damn, all my predictions have been correct so far. I'm surprised.
Really? Yeah. I was really expecting that. I was really expecting the light cars to be winning in Akina, but it seems that the Faraday
No, AKINA is not like that at all, no.
Okay, we are going to the second round, the second run, where our light stick here is drifting as well to the starting line. But yes, the second run, Exodus will be leading and Nash will be chasing. This will be an interesting race. If Exodus wants to make it into the third round, he has to run, and the light turns green, and here we go. Exodus running away from the starting line as much as he can, but Nash with his V6 is chasing Exodus like a mosquito. I think that's the best. Both of them are taking the gutter, but it seems that both of them were a bit jumpy. I think they entered the gutter a bit too early. But it is okay. They are still keeping their distance as well. Nash is still keeping up to Exodus as much as he can. Will Exodus be mentally pushed by Nash? That is a good question right now, because in every Togi races, with this much distance, with this much close of a gap, mind games are also a part of the Togi race as well. And it seems that Exodus is really using that EF9 like a rally car, because he has been getting a bit too deep inside in each of the hairpins. But nevertheless, we are approaching to another hairpin here as well. The Nash is doing really well. He is still keeping up with Exodus as much as he can. Exodus still using the gutter. Do you think the gutter, using the gutter here would be a good
I mean, he's not using the gutter. He's just going on the dirt. That's just slowing him down. So you have to so some parts of the track are guttered, and whether they're useful or not is up for debate because it's really specific. But the parts that are not, and it's dirt, if you can hook the cambered bit at the very end, it can gain you a little tiny bit of time. But if you just go on the grass, then no. The gutters, most of them are useless except a few. And it depends on the car as well, because some of them, if you corner really well, there's so little weight on the tires on the inside that you just kind of like glide over them to begin with. But in this case, I think just Nash just has to wait at the back and just play the safe game. If we can just drive calmly. Also, if you have a more powerful car, it's actually harder for the car behind. So if the Civic is behind right now, and even if the Civic is faster cornering, overtaking someone who is in a quicker car with more power is more difficult, because they can hold you up on the corners, but on the straight they pull away.
Oh yeah, okay.
But if you have a car that's good in the corners, you're not really holding the guy behind up, and then the straights you're at big risk, right? I think all Nash has to do right now, which I'm doing, I think I'm cursing them, is just stay really close to Exodus. This is a car where yanking the handbrake a little bit helps, but you don't want to countersteer your D1 GP.
Yeah,
it has to be a very small countersteer slide.
I see.
And at the exit, you want to brush on the throttle to put some weight at the back and gain exit speed. It's really about just balancing the car to compensate for the understeering nature.
But honestly, from what I'm seeing right now, Exodus is running away. Exodus is creating slight gap between him and Nash. He is actually using his the Civic's lightness to run away from Nash very much. But will it create enough gap for Nash to win this second round? We are not sure. I agree with you, man. Nash now the only thing he has to do, he has enough power. He just needs to play safe.
He has not been. He's been screwing up the past few corners. I think he'll catch up now, but he really has to nail the final few corners. Otherwise, yeah, it's not enough.
Definitely, yeah.
It's pretty short.
Yeah, we're not gonna have a lot of tight turns from now on. Nash definitely can use that to his advantage. He needs to close the gap really close. This will be a very hard thing to tell. Exodus Exodus, meanwhile, he just has to stay calm, not doing any more mistakes in these two last corners. We're approaching the two last corners. Will Exodus make this into a third round? Will Exodus make this into a one?
Made a mistake there.
At the same time, Nash as well. He kissed Exodus' butts there. He definitely break down out of respect. Okay, now we are approaching to the last corner. What will the result be? Will Nash bring this win? Will Exodus make it a one more time? And both of them cross the line. Wow, that was an interesting turn of events. The last part.
I think. Oh my! If this is not a win, I think Exodus really screwed up because he had a gap on Nash. Nash made a lot of.
Oh, we got you.
Exodus won that. Okay.
Exodus won, so it's a one more time. One more time. One more time. Everybody in the chat, please to type in one more time. It is a one more time for both of us.
Yeah, now it's gonna be a nightmare for the Civic because you know you're held up by a car that's slightly slower in the corners. Because you can get held up by the corner. The car is super wide. You can't really pass it, right? Especially if he defends. But on the straight, you have no chance, even if you have a good exit.
That is true.
Nash has to make like a big mistake, right?
Yeah. Is the light turning green?
See what it's up to.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. Oh, we have Flutters in the chat. Welcome, Flutters. You are not missing much. We are in the second bracket. We are waiting for the lights to turn green. We are waiting for Elmin to turn the lights to turn green. Let's see on the third round, or on the third run, OMT. It's a one more time. Will yes?
Is it a draw or who won? Draw. Okay.
Yeah. Exodus.
What do you mean to turn green? It's not me.
Okay, we'll wait. Okay. Now we will wait.
Okay.
Okay, they are ready. They are going in as well. They are going in already. Nash making the dash, using the power from the CRs. I mean, from the Fair Lady, running away at the first corner. Will he be able to run away? No. It seems that Exodus. I can see Exodus is playing it a bit more safer here. I think Exodus at the first corner there, he was a bit cleaner than his previous two runs, but he is still being left for a few gaps. Oh, he is pushing it. He is pushing it. He is really pushing it. How will Exodus react? Will he be able to get this third run? Will he be able to bag it? We won't know. But Nash is definitely making the run, approaching the first hairpin. I can see that pulling a bit of a handbrake there.
Nash pulled the handbrake way too early there. But also, like, I don't know what's up with people going on the grass in that corner.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Exodus kind of losing a lot in the beginning is pretty bad because I think that's the in this car at least you don't want to lose that much at the start because it's pretty power heavy. Please don't miss the grass.
Feel the grass. I think.
Also, sorry guys, drivers, the other drivers have invaded the commentary booth.
But yeah, I agree with you. Exodus is still using the gutter a bit too much. I think he should have at least learned his lessons.
I wish there was a gutter there to begin with. There's a gutter here.
Whoa! Nash made a mistake there. He braked too late and he crashed onto the wall. He hit the guardrail, and now Exodus is kissing his butt. Exodus took that to his advantage and is kissing Nash's fair lady butt really, really closely. Definitely. Oh my gosh, moment. I agree. One thing I can tell you is that at that part of the corner just now, it seems that a lot of the drivers, especially rookie ones, they made a lot of mistakes at that part because they will be, especially the lead drivers, where they want to create as much gap as they can, but as they look at the rear mirror, whoa, Exodus was inside.
Damn.
Look at that inside. Oh my gosh, we had. This is good. I did not expect this, but
This
oh my
is
gosh.
not unexpected. The
Yeah.
Pacific really sucks in that like tight hairpin.
Yeah, Exodus saw the door. He took it. He'd be like, oh, I can't say the word online, but yeah, knock knock. I'm coming in. SWAT poem. He is doing it really well. And Exodus now, he has the advantage.
Nash is like getting like I don't know what he's using like too wide of an entry and then like banking on the handbrake too early. And I don't know, like he should use it to. He's using it the wrong way, but also all he really has to do right now, which is not doing again, just stay like less than a car length behind.
Yes, Exodus. Yeah, but now we're approaching the 4 hairpins. Oh, it seems that Nash understeers a bit there, but managed to power back into the corner. But this is where Exodus shines. This is where the Civic shines. If Exodus can take advantage of these 4 consecutive hairpins, then he has a chance to win this round. How will he know? How will he go? We do not know, but definitely we had our first inside overtake here for HSM second round by Exodus. That we definitely need. Oh, Nash suffering from another understeer. Had to pull his handbrake to make it to that hairpin, and he is being left to the dust a bit on that part. This is where Exodus is really running away. Exodus is also pushing the car a bit too much. We can see a bit
In
of
that last corner, it's super
Yeah.
deceptive because it tightens up and people
Yeah.
turn too early all the time.
see, Nash is doing it again. Nash
He's
is.
missing every apex right now. It's crazy.
I think he is panicking. It is possible that he's panicking now. He's be like, oh no, I made
I'd
a
be
mistake.
panicking too if it's super close to the end and
Yeah, see?
overtaken.
Oh no.
Aw.
Oh no! Nash crash! Nash crash, people! Oh no, the fair lady crash! And now he is at least. An Exodus has running away, leaving Nash into his 4-cylinder dust. All Exodus has to do is just to calm down, do it cleanly, no oversteer, and he can win this run. Nash made a lot of mistakes ever since he was overtaken by Exodus just now, and Exodus has crossed the finish line. Wow, Omet, I did not expect that turn of events just now, though. I did not.
I did not expect that. I've
Yeah.
been wrong.
Oh yeah,
I've
you
been
did.
proven wrong.
You did. It is. You did say that so far your predictions are correct, but it seems that
I think the betting gods heard me and reversed the outcome.
Oh my gosh. But I think what we can clearly see here, Omet, that Touge is not all about just the cars or your driving style, but the mind games. It's your patience as well. I would say your resilience, your patience. If you did get overtaken, you should not panic. You should be, keep your composure. Not.
Although I think that's only for your average. I think in like really top level, then the car is the only thing that matters because the people are pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So there's like a certain skill ceiling you reach where the competition will have really, really good drivers, right? And we've been there.
Yeah.
And it's only like the car is a big decider. It's kind of why like a lot of events run like a one make.
Yeah.
Race
Oh yeah. And it
keep
seems
things
that
fair.
Exodus has won that round just now, as we're going to the third bracket, where we have Lone Ginger in the Honda AG6 versus Roy Tattoo in the MRS. Both of them 4 cylinders. Both of them are quite short base car as well. The lights turn green, and here we go. It's just that the MRS is mid-engine. The Honda is front engine. One of them is a rear wheel drive. One of them is a front wheel drive. Both of them our Toge monsters as well. Definitely, we'll see here who will be able to win this round. As we can see here, Roy Tatu is already creating quite a marginal distance already from Lone Ginger in the Honda Civic EG6. This is quite interesting. Oh, and Lone
Yeah,
Ginger.
the EG6 is one of the weaker front-wheel drive cars in the pack right now.
Really?
But
Let me
also,
just see.
yeah, it just has like no power.
I see.
And I know it doesn't. It's just not as good as like the CRX, for example, is a lot quicker, in my opinion. But the MRS, it comes with a very, 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 very stable setup that's pretty fast. But if you want the extra 2 seconds on it,
Yeah.
you need the special sauce, the for the setup. But the problem with the MRS, if you set it up that way, is insanely difficult to drive because the oversteering is not snappy, it's pretty progressive, but
Okay.
you need like tons of counter steer. So if you're not actively riding and surfing the limit
Mhm.
and cautiously like correcting good,
It will
if
eat
you
you up.
correct late, you'll eat the dirt pretty much. So it's kind of like also a difference in the skill requirement for these cars. One of them, I mean, even the CRX is like really easy to drive and get good
Yeah.
times in. And the
Yeah.
MRS, if you want top times in it without the default setup, then it is much more difficult in my opinion.
Definitely. So I think from your words is that tuning is also important in these cars as well as the default
Like, in
setup.
these cars like the default setups are like top tier garbage. So you really have to mitigate a lot of very safe characteristics, and in some cars it's
Mhm.
pretty acceptable. I mean, front wheel drive cars are pretty easy to drive to begin with, but or let's say if you make a mistake, it's not as bad, right?
Yeah.
But in like the MRS in this pack, it's if you make a mistake, it's pretty unforgiving when you tune it to be fast, right?
Yeah. Oh
In
wow.
the CRX, for example,
Mhm.
even if you have like really aggressive, brain dead setup, it is super stable and you can get good times with it. But damn, I don't think they need to do much. They're just driving
Yeah. Because
casual Sundays and pulling a big gap.
Yeah, because Roy Tattoo here is not pushing the MRS that much as well. He's taking, I would say, a bit of a Sunday drive here, going through
He's pushing
the.
it like a decent bit, but
Yeah, but it's not
just
that much.
not-
But Lone Ginger, he is really pushing it. He's been yanking the handbrake quite a lot of times. I
and the
noticed that.
throttle.
Yeah, he's been doing
Push
that.
throttle, push gas. Oh no.
That was I would say, yeah, you can see there was. He definitely is he's trying to make the Civic to point to the exit a bit earlier, but it seems that it's not helping him that much because
Oh my god.
he's losing speed. He did it
Points for
okay,
style, but this is not
style.
beneficial for you.
but definitely I would say that the handbrake, it looks great, but he's not using it to his advantage. Oh,
Even like
that's a big understeer there.
like the whole point of getting the rear to kick out is to get more rotation, right?
Yeah,
But if you kick the rear out only to step on the gas and make it understeer and make the front tires go smokes, you're defeating the whole point. So
I think he kind of reminds me of like a rally driver right now. I mean, what I'm trying to say that he is looking like he's trying to become a rally driver, but it's not helping him out in that sense that it's gonna help him win the run because Roy Tattoo is definitely leaving him in the dust there as well. Roy Tattoo is already finishing his second last corner as Lone Ginger is about to only approach the second last corner. I think we can clearly see who is the winner here. Wow. Did you expect this? Did you predict correctly for this one? Omen?
low key, yes, just based on the car choice. But I think the driver also had a big play in this.
Yes, and I think from here we can see that Roy Tattoo wins the first run, and now we are heading to
Yeah.
the second one.
Even if they were in the same car, I feel like Roy would have won pretty easily. Just much more clean driving, much more intense.
Yes, and we have a viewer here that says, I don't know much about cars. I know they have an engine, usually 4 wheels, and go vroom. Still like seeing them go vroom. Unbelievable. I was
That's what I say. Words
Yeah.
of wisdom.
Yeah. Oh, and the light turns green, and here we go. Oh my gosh. It seems that Lone Ginger really, he did not have a good start there, because we can see the smoke coming up from his Civic. He definitely
That
bought
is
the
a
start there.
weakness. Of
That
the
is a
car.
weakness. Yeah, and oh my
The,
gosh.
the MR is just going to be naturally better at launching because it has a lot more static weight in the rear.
That is
The
correct.
front wheel drive car has tons of weight at the front, none at the rear, right?
Whoa, whoa,
But-
whoa!
Oh,
Roy Tato is taking it inside. He's taking it inside of Lone Ginger. He overtook it. Oh my gosh, we have a nut. Oh no! Oh, but it's I can see now. I can see that Lone Ginger did a shingo move there. Push Roy Tato
happened?
off the screen. We have to have a replay. Sadly, we don't have a replay for that. But from my point of view just now, it seems that Roy Tattoo was taking the outside while Lone Ginger was taking the inside. And I think probably Lone Ginger understeered a bit too much, which caused him to bump into Roy Tattoo at the apex of the corner, which
If that
kind of does.
happened, shouldn't they stop?
I am
Kind of weird
unsure.
there.
I am sure. It seems that Lone Ginger is turning around. He's turning around again. I am unsure. Oh, it seems that from the admin we are having a restart, people. We are having a restart as well, and Lone Ginger seems to got disconnected. Lone Ginger got disconnected. We shall wait for him to come back. Okay. All right. So we got news that Lone Ginger is DQ'd with the grounds of him hitting Roy Tattoo during that corner itself. With that, Roy Tattoo automatically goes and wins the run, and he will be moving to the quarterfinals or finals soon. And lastly, we have our last run for the night. We have Kenny in the Honda CRX with Izzat King in the Nissan Silvia S15, a 4-cylinder screaming revving engine versus a 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. Who will win, FF or FR? We shall know later. And as the light is slowly aligned itself, we will start our race soon. And the light turns green, and here we go. Kenny still, I would say, is it Kenny or was it Izzat King that kind of smoked the line there, having a very slidey start? But Izzat is sticking to Kenny as much as he can on the CRX with his
Yeah, the
S15.
Civic's gonna win this one for sure.
Really? Why? Okay, why would you say so?
It's super strong and easy to drive. It's a super strong. I mean, like the MRS and the Civic are probably the best cars by a little bit. But for the MRS, you need a special tune, and you need big nuts, and the Civic is easier to take to that close to that limit. But Lewis, of course, like taking it beyond that, right? Like it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But the CRX is much more beginner friendly. But he's keeping up with the CRX.
Yeah,
That's
it's-
crazy.
The S15 is doing it really well. Oh, we have Izzat King's fan here. Oh no, that is, oh my gosh, that is a close call. But Izzat King, that he almost lost control onto that corner just now, but he handled it pretty well. We have Izzat King's fan in the chats right now. A few of them, they are supporting him. One of them is even supporting him to say that, do it for your family. Everyone in the chats right now are cheering for Izzat. Izzat seems to have a very big fan base here. Will they screw up this corner? So far, none of them are doing that much of a mistake. But oh, it seems that the S15 is slowly still keeping his gap in between the
He's really
CRX.
pushing it.
Yeah, he is sliding all around. I think the definitely. I tested the car as well for the S15. The turbo lag is real. The turbo lag is real.
It's not that bad, I feel. in my
Really?
opinion.
Yeah.
I drove it and it was kind of like fun.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Whoa.
Oh,
Kenny pulling the handbrake there. But is still?
no.
Oh, but so far the distance is not that much. Izzat definitely has a chance here as we're gonna approach. Oh no, we're not approaching the 4 consecutive hairpins yet. But so far, Izzat is showing solid. Oh, that. Okay, I have to admit on something. Izzat is a really sketchy, and I like it. Okay, as predicted.
Don't make mistakes here.
Yeah.
Okay, now they're back together.
Yeah, they're back together.
Although, like, if you see the S15 wiggle around, it's not that bad. Like,
Yeah.
it's I think it's how a lot of people cope, right? It's a lot better to like oversteer than understeer, in my opinion.
I see.
So if people are having like an aggressive setup where they're trying to take corners aggressively to prevent understeer, they might push it and it slides slightly, but that's people's like way of keeping it under control. Like I feel more control sliding a little bit, right?
I see.
So it's not as alarming all the time, especially in a car like this.
Understandable, but it seems that Izzat here is oversteering. He's not actually drifting, but he is power sliding at the exit of the corner, which I think that will. Yep. But he's doing it really well. He is using that oversteer to keep his car under control. Kenny is still trying to run away. As we can see here, Kenny pulled the handbrake. As they're finishing the hairpin, or they're approaching another one, Izzat.
Oh, that's brutal. Oh no.
Yeah, that's why
That hook is pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think people here are really, I would say, too dependent on the gutters. I mean, it's useful sometimes, but not. You
The
should not.
problem is they're not even gutters. Like the gutters are, you can use them.
Yeah.
That's not a gutter. That's
Yeah.
sand and
I agree.
dirt. And
Yeah. Oh, and Kenny is building a lot of distance there. Don't eat the gutter. Yes, the audience says don't eat the gutter. And another audience says Izzat's brutal. Sometimes eat goat head. I have no idea what that means. Probably it's in Bahasa Melayu. I have to translate it later. But I think Izzat is losing he's losing the Kenny here. He bumped the wall there. He bumped the guardrail. Going to the second last corner. Will Izzat be able to close the gap? It doesn't seem like so. It seems that the gap is increasing. Kenny being very calm going to the last corner here. Will Izzat be able to close the gap? No, he's still power sliding. He's still power sliding onto the last corner, and it seems that Kenny has won the first round. Kenny has won the first round. Oh my. I think you are correct on that one, Omet. The Civic definitely has the advantage here. But you know, Omet, I think Izzat can do it well. As long he does, I think he is a bit foot heavy. He's a bit throttle
he
heavy.
might be foot heavy, but also like, I don't know, I think people really need to stick to their lines.
Yeah,
It's
stick to the
The
line.
line's really important. But
Yeah.
yeah, they're off the line now. They're going the street. I feel like they all he has to do
Yeah.
keep the lines clean because it's pretty hard to pass that
Yep.
car.
Yeah.
Okay, the CRX is like super strong, right?
Yep.
But both drivers are prone to making mistakes clearly.
That's true.
And if you can just minimize that and then have a good run, that'll be, I think, all he needs. If you can just pull the gap.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. Ooh. That's
I mean, it's better that the CRX is understeering out of the corner as well, so kind of offset.
Wow. Okay, Ahmed, I'm not okay. In your opinion, Ahmed, because I think from the second round here we can already see Izzat, he's a bit throttle happy. He's a bit throttle happy. Where, you know, you can see out of all the drivers that I've seen from yesterday up until today, he is the only one that is, I would say, always kind of sliding out whenever, you know, during the corner exit. See, whenever there's a corner exit, he will
It's
definitely
natural
power
in a
slide
car
it.
like this, but you just want to minimize it. Like if
Yeah.
he's swinging hard, that's bad.
Uh-huh.
But if he's like fishtailing a little tiny bit, it's normal in like a big turbo car like this.
I see.
Also, I feel like he's drawing energy from his fans, the power of friendship.
The power of
Um,
friendship.
Now,
Yeah.
unfortunately, the CRX is pretty good in a straight line, so it's just gonna
Just gonna put it there.
be the same gap.
Oh, well, is that make a mistake here? He is the lead. People usually make the mistake here. Oh no, it seems that
Oh my god.
it
Okay.
seems that Kenny man made a bit of a mistake there.
Yeah, it didn't matter at the end, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
if it's gonna be up to who makes the more mistakes in this very like technical section. They can make a lot of time here, or you can use it a lot. This is one spot where you can touch the gutters here and there, like actual gutters this time. No sand, none of that, right? You can
Actual, like,
actually ride
actual
some of
gutters.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kenny hits the guardrail a bit there. Doing. Oh, what do you think of that handbrake turn? What do you think of that one? Is he doing it correctly?
Too much.
Too much.
No. No. But
Hey.
like you want to really slow down in that car,
Mhm.
and then like use the handbrake to like rotate a fuck ton,
Okay.
and then you want to like you have a lot of good throttle control, because the problem with front wheel drive cars, if you handbrake turn,
Mhm.
if you're doing it wrong, your car will just snap back and understeer back into like its original trajectory. It'll not turn. You don't have like the rear drivetrain to help you rotate and manage your rotation.
Yeah.
So you have to do the handbrake turn with like big intent. Otherwise, you will not get much out of it, right? Like I think if you do a wrong handbrake turn in that car, someone who doesn't do the handbrake turn will be a lot quicker than you, right?
Yeah.
So,
Whoa,
oh.
hold on. Oh, no. Kenny is peeking into the line just now, probably just trying to trick Izzat King to taking the inside line, but Izzat is not affected by it. But it seems that the distance is getting closer. The CRX is definitely starting
Kenny
to
is
close the
playing up his
gap.
food right now.
Yeah, Kenny, now this is where the CRX really shines for these tight hairpins. And but it seems that Kenny made a bit of a mistake there, but it's not that much. He can still recover if he does it really well. Come on, Izzat fans in the chat, give Izzat some power. Say, cheer for him in the chat. Cheer for him in the chat. It seems that we have a lot of.
Okay, yeah, that handbrake turn's gonna kill him. Yeah, he's getting nothing out of that.
Oh boy.
Yeah, just too fast. Just too
We're not gonna have
fast.
a lot more tight hairpins after this. So if Kenny wants to stick to Izzat, he has to do it right now. And all Izzat has to
The
do.
final set of corners though is much harder in the S15 than the CRX though.
Everyone is
It's just gonna be
supporting.
that bad.
Everybody is supporting Izzat. We have a lot of fan of Izzat in the chat right now. Going into this fast right is Kenny going to able to close the gap, or will this be a one more time? Will this be a one more time? We are not so sure, but it seems
Oh,
like
he went really wide.
Yeah.
You could see him like drifted. I think he overcorrected the slide in the beginning. And he
Yeah,
just lost
oh.
all moment.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh. Izzat is
Yeah, all
really.
he has to do is to stay close, and he pretty much wins.
Yeah, it seems that Kenny is really sticking to Izzat as close as he can. Izzat is losing the lead that he built up just now, just by doing a lot of power slides in the XC. Yeah, definitely. And it seems it's a clear winner. Where Kenny wins. Kenny wins. I'm sorry to the.
Muhammad Akmal in chat said, "Is that press Alt F4?" I think he's raising a good point. What if Izzat did press Alt F4? Would the gap increase to infinite
I
or
do
become
not.
nothing?
I do not think that's a good idea. But
Schrodinger's gap.
it seems that for the last part here, for the last race of tonight, Kenny in the Honda CRX made it through to the next level. So congratulations. So we have 4 winners tonight. We have Lewis, we have Exodus. If I remember correctly, it was Exodus, and then we have Roy Tattoo, and now we have Kenny. Yeah, so definitely we have a lot of. We definitely, I would say that for now, our lineups for today are not so high powered cars. They are those small, light, and nimble cars that has been winning the Toge so far. So congratulations to the 4 drivers. All of you did really well. And guys, for your information, that will be the end of the race tonight. We definitely had a lot of crazy races tonight. One great battle, one more time from the drivers. For your information, we will be having our finals on the 24th. We will be having our finals on the 24th, which is next Tuesday. So please mark your calendars, bring your popcorns, bring your drinks into your room, and come by for our last final race on the 24th of June, which is next Tuesday at 10 p.m. Subscribe to the channel to get notifications. And this is Primer Ice Tea and Omet. We will be signing out now. Thank you very much, everyone, and see you next week for the finals.
Got me feeling